Hello everyone, Tommy here again. I've set myself a bit of a project to see if I can make this old Jouef shunter work reasonably smoothly, not like my hand shaking. So here we have what was a Jouef shunter. These things never ran very well. If you hear, look, listen, terrible. So I have a Type 7 motor, I have an extra Pico bogie, and I have the body shell. So my plan is to merge all this together and make it run. So that will be something to play with over the next few days. Yeah, this I ordered a replacement Pico bogie, but unfortunately I got the part number wrong, and they sent this one by my mistake. So anyway, it wasn't so expensive, so I've kept it. And it has slightly larger wheels on my Pico 218. There's no parts on this I can use for the 218s, so it's spare. So I thought, well, why not use it for some project? And as you say, this will all have to go. The motor, the axles, everything. And the motor should be enough to drive this because it's going through gears, so it should be okay. Okay, so that's, like I say, this was an SNCF shunter. I'll see what I can do with it. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll try and do a step by step how I progress. Bye now. Okay everyone, this is part 2 of my Jouef shunter conversion. Obviously the motor, wheels, pickups and the center section of the chassis have been removed, and I've inserted the bogie into the chassis. So if we look there, I've cut out the side rails so that it dropped down over the bogie. So far so good. Next step will be to align the hook, the coupling, sorry, to make sure that it matches. I'll just pop the wagon on there for now. Okay, so as you can see, my next, oops, it's fallen off. Let's put it a bit further on. Doesn't want to play today. There we go. So the idea is to get the coupling to match at the correct height, which is no problem because I have some room there to lift it up and down. Okay, so this is part 2 of my project. Part 3 hopefully will be lining up the motor. Thank you. Okay, this is the next step. The motor's installed. I used shrink tubing for wiring to connect the motor. Slight difference in diameter. So by using them as sleeves and just a very small dab of super glue, I also cut the bogie chassis down so I can make the motor really level. It's hard to see from here. So that's the Type 7 motor installed. So now all I have to do, apart from stop shaking, is to install this in the chassis and then look at adding some weight to balance it. Okay, so step 4 is next. The next step was to cut off the ends of the chassis because the chassis was too long, too much overhang. So what I've done now, I found an old, I think it might have been a Lima carriage coach, and I cut the buffers off the ends and reattached them, glued them back on. So this is what I'm aiming for, is a shorter loco. it looks shorter and it looks more in balance with the wheels. So then what I'll do, I'll make a method of attaching the body to the chassis, and the next step will be to give the chassis a coat of paint to blend it all together. That's the next step. So far it's coming along quite well. Like I say, it was too much of an overhang. I'll just flip it over. I've remounted the coupling with the original post, so that's not too bad. There we go. Excuse fingers. Okay, I should have done that too fast. Anyway, so that's the next step, and then it'll be a coat of paint on the chassis. Thank you. Okay, so here's the modified Jouef with its painted chassis and buffers that I cut off from an old Lima passenger coach. I've added glazing in the body. Painted the grille and the lights, so it's not running too bad at the moment. So the next thing will be to make some fixing screws to hold the body onto the chassis. And then we can take it up onto the main line and give it a test. Just pick the speed up a bit. Not too bad. And there's what's left of the original chassis. As you can see, I've cut a lot of parts out and put parts in. And inside the body, I've added weight. So that should help give it a bit of traction. I'm not expecting too much from this. This is just basically like something to do and a challenge. See if I can get this still working. Okay, so next step will be when the body shell's fixed, to run it up on the track. Okay, so here we are up on the track, and I've coupled 3 French cement tankers behind it. As it's a Jouef French locomotive, I thought it's only fitting to have French wagons behind it. So here we go. Let's hope it's going to be okay. Seems to be running okay. I'm not expecting much from this. This was just like some project to keep my old brain working. Could probably never use it as a shunter, but it runs. That's the most important thing. Otherwise the body shell would have been dumped into the box with all the rest and never seen the light of day again. Speed up a bit. So I don't know what I'm going to call this. This one has a Pico bogie, a Type 7 motor, a Jouef body shell. So any suggestions would be grateful. What I might do one day is look for some gears so I can gear it down. because it doesn't like to run at low speed very much. But then again, it's just a fantasy thing. See if I could have done it. Yeah, I've left the body shell in its original green. The only thing I did was paint the roof grey to match the chassis. I think it looks a bit better. It's actually running better than I thought. Never mind. One of those things. And I'm just thinking about this. This is probably one of the quietest Jouefs I've ever had. I gave up on the EMU. That's languishing in a drawer. I think I have a problem with some of the contacts on the wheels, but never mind. Okay, so here we go. Let's try and make it a gentle stop. Okay, not bad at all. Okay, so that's my project finished. It's working. So thanks for watching. Bye now.